And we're back. Took a little hiatus, been a couple weeks. You know, had to lock in for a little bit.
Oh, it sounds good in here. The
Yeah, it
acoustics
does.
are good.
I like this. We got a new setup. This is our third setup. Now that Cam mentions it, it's our third setup. So let us know how you guys like this one. We like it. We like the acoustics. We like the look.
We just been bouncing around trying to get everything kind of like formulate how we wanted the aesthetic of the podcast, because I feel like that's pretty serious to me, like how I portray everything. Damn near now I'm looking, the view over there is
On the
crazy.
other side
like if
is
we
decent.
sat over there next time.
We got y'all next time.
So this is episode 5.
5.
Yeah.
Inside Boys.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking like my plan maybe we'll just put them all out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even though some of the topics and shit was like back then, I feel like it'll be dope for people to see the progress of like how we built. Because a lot of people, we have conversations with a lot of people about starting something like a podcast or a vlog or show.
Or brand or anything, honestly.
Yeah, and one of our things is like just start.
Just do it.
Clothing, music, just start, just get going. So it'd be cool for us to like practice what we preach and show people how from the start we could just come up with an idea, the next day get the equipment, and then you'll see. Our first 2-3 episodes was miscombobulated. It was chaotic.
There's no direction.
We were still trying to figure out the camera situation.
Yeah.
We were trying to figure out the audio. We were still trying to figure out what people we wanted to have on as guests.
The editing process is still something we're working through. So there's a lot of hiccups, but you got to just start. You can't be afraid to start.
I think one of the things that I learned, or a few things that I learned the most probably would be a podcast at its core cannot be more than 3 people. So it can have tons of guests. You could have like Fresh and Fit. They be having like 10, 20 people on their show.
Yeah.
They're all sitting around. But at its core, like weekly reoccurring people whose personalities are being sold on that podcast.
So what do you feel about like the No Jumper guys? They got like 4.
They have a 4th mic now, but it's never somebody who's
right
built. The podcast isn't built around them.
Around that 4th
It's really
person,
built around one person or 2 people and their either business relationship or some type of creative something between them.
Right.
And then they'll have like a B mic, somebody to bounce ideas off of. Usually it's good if it's a girl because it can offer the female perspective.
Right.
But I think, no more than 3 people like reoccurring. Like, you got to be main. Like, I think this podcast is shook out to be mainly me, you, and Michael, and then whatever of our friends were hanging on at the time.
Right. They really want to, but you got to have something to say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like the point of having a podcast. I mean, I do podcasts because I know when we bring on guests, selfishly, you know, if somebody's really established in what they do, you can not only learn from them, but you can also just have a conversation about some stuff that maybe they don't open up and tell other people. But on top of that, it's like you got a platform now. If you're using it, if you had a platform, whatever platform you had before, but now you have a voice platform where people don't have to see you. People don't even have to know your face, but you can influence them. You know what I'm saying? Just simply by how you think and how you go about your situations and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I like that about podcasting as opposed to social media. Like, the influence of a podcast, you're influencing somebody's mind, and you're like massaging their thoughts a little bit more than just a photo or a video on Instagram, or maybe just a tweet or Facebook post. It's like it's not so superficial. It's not like surface level shit.
It's more intimate in a sense of like, okay, we're getting more from you than just a superficial post, or cause they might get flex with something in the back that might not be theirs, that on a beach doing something, you know what I'm saying? That's easy to, if you want to set that lifestyle. And I'm not knocking nobody that does that, because some people build brands off of it and they get very wealthy. So
yeah, but if you try to flex a concept in real life, in real time, in a conversation that you think or you act like you understand that you really don't,
the truth.
Or ideology, you're gonna be. I'm gonna sniff you out pretty quick. Versus a Lamborghini behind you or a watch that might not be yours.
Right.
But
I think a podcast like this too exposes people, because it's like at some point you gotta have something to say. All that flexing and all that. I mean, you could talk about your watch all day long, but if once you talk to that just niche of watch getters or something, you gotta have something to say. If people want to listen to something, you have to say your opinion on something.
For sure. And I think that's what was cool about podcasts before they had videos, because it was like you're almost paying attention more to what they're saying because it's only one level of media. Like, anytime there's a video, you can get distracted by what you're looking at as opposed to what you're really hearing about. But I don't know. I think podcasts are going in an interesting direction. I think if you don't get in the next year, it's like you're gonna have a very, very hard uphill battle.
Yeah, because it's honestly with podcasts, unless you have a platform already where it's like you already have a lot of people that's just either buying something from you or you're servicing a lot of people, it's like with a podcast, you're going to have to start building that portfolio of episodes, things you've been talking about, things that you actually believe in. And then when you're doing consistent stuff and people are growing with you, if not, people aren't seeing no more growth in what you're doing and what you're talking about.
They'll fall off.
They'll fall off from listening to you because it's like, why am I listening to someone who's not really doing what they're saying they're doing?
I deal with that a lot with clients. When I help them with their marketing and with their social media presence, I actually had to explain to them, like, look, I can put you in front of a platform, or if you have a budget, I can put that budget behind putting you in front of any platform in the world. Yeah. And we can get the exposure. But if you can't deliver the content or the product to somebody, people are not stupid. Like,
yeah. They can see through bullshit, man.
Yeah, and even if you do give them something now, next week, you got to follow it up. Just with 1.1, 1.2, now 2.0. Now you got to come with something that completely new next season.
Right.
So it's like there's so much content out there to be digested that it's like people are not waiting around for you to get your shit together, for you to, oh, I got to get this other mic next week. Oh, so-and-so's not here, so we can't shoot it.
Right.
Like, if we really believe in our shit, we got to, we just got to do it. And I think that's another thing we learned was if you don't have something, if it's not a core essential piece to the show, whether it's equipment or a person or time, it doesn't matter. You just got to go. Because who are you making an excuse to? Yourself in the mirror? Like, yo, we don't have this. Well, why don't we have it?
Like, what are you doing to work towards to get it? Or is there a way you can get it?
Why are we even talking about it?
Are we talking about the problem or are we talking about the solution? You know what I'm saying? So, it's definitely been
the camera thing for us was like a big thing because it was like, do we need somebody to operate the cameras?
Right.
Do we need to edit it? I don't think we need to right away.
And then honestly, when it comes down to it, it's just us overthinking it.
It is, but if we have guests on, imagine there's 2 more people here.
There's more that you need to do, right? There's gonna be another camera set up.
You gotta have another camera.
But at the end of the day, when we were doing it before, I think we were just overthinking it to the point where it's like,
yeah, because we could have did two phones like that, and then if we had 2 guests over here, we're talking to one more phone, just going at them.
Yeah, literally,
easily. We're thinking so hard about it,
and that's what we're trying to say.
I'm talking about we were mounting
stuff on
stripper poles,
like it was
mounting
insane.
phones, mounting DSLR cameras and shit. And at the end of the day, if you got an iPhone that shoots 4K, like, yo, you can get that content out there, and then that team or that infrastructure that you need to have that high level product, it'll start building in around it as either the budget comes into play or people start to believe in your dreams.
People start to hear you and believe what you're saying. And what we're saying essentially is just like when you start something, of course, it's hard to start. And there's a lot of things that you think that you need to go do this and do that. Sometimes you do. Like when you're setting up a business, yes, you do. But like when something like a podcast, you don't have to have all your stuff set up. I mean, you get a name of the podcast, you have a cell phone, you get a mic.
You don't even really need a mic.
And you really don't even need a mic. You could just do it on a phone and have one of your homies videotape you.
Use voice notes.
Yeah, use voice notes if you don't even want a visual. So it's like there's different ways to be creative, but it's like we even went through. We're saying that like we go through it too, overthinking and not doing excuses. Why can't we do this? But at the end of the day, if we just start doing it and somebody's just being accountable too, like if you have somebody being like, "Yo, let's do it," like, because sometimes it's like you should be doing it, but something else is going on in your life that you're like, man.
I mean, even when we started this, I think we had a different headspace. I think it was a different time of year. It was a different, just maturity level. Like, I think even in the past 6 months, we've matured a lot in the terms of just like seeing. We always had our eyes on the prize and like our goals were in front of us, but like it's getting a little bit more.
Yeah, it's
clear.
more like, we're like, getting to the point in life where it's like a lot of these things.
Yeah, like why Pierre reminded me yesterday, like we're getting close to 30. I was like, nigga, if I'm getting close to 30, you're getting close
to 30. Like, exactly, right?
He was like, nah, I'm gonna be 21 forever.
Mindset, you can always be 21 forever, but I'm saying like when it comes to this financial and really being something and doing something, it's about that time to just lock in.
But that's why I was proud of us that we even had 5-6 episodes shot for real. Because first of all, they were like unique guests and shit.
Yeah.
And we were at a time in our life, just like it was like summertime out, and like we was partying and shit.
It was just so like, let's try something.
Lock down and get our ideas on this, like to even set up all the shit and boom, 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 boom. Pardon me. I'm glad that we're at this point because we could be starting from scratch today.
Yeah, today.
We already have built a little bit of the ideology. We've done some of the work to practice even get this far. So it's like
we did it.
Boom. Y'all
now it's time to like build those structures, like you were saying, build the structures, infrastructure. Whoever wants to be around will stay around. Whoever doesn't, at the end of the day, right now, it's 2 dudes, a mic, and a camera.
And we really don't even have a space. Like, we're working out of a temporary space.
Right. So, I mean.
Fly ass space, but it's temporary.
Definitely fly.
But I think, like, I just want our audience to understand that they're on the journey with us. And I want them to be able to look back when we're in season 2, episode 38. And we're on some consistent weekly basis type shit. They're like really tapped in with how this show's going, even if they're just now tuning in
and bringing on real esteemed guests.
Yeah,
like
I want to talk to the audience in the future and be like, look at where we started. You see what we did.
Like, go back to episode blah 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 6. We told you guys from the beginning.
Yeah,
but you know, like anything, you gotta have faith and believe in it, and then start working towards it, and then stuff just starts to appear. What they call it, the law of attraction. But yeah, man.
We're in 2022 now.
We're in 2022, man. So a lot of stuff has happened, I guess, since we last talked. What? Christmas? How was your Christmas? You do anything special?
Good. It was weird because, like, my family, I don't know, just, you know, all the COVID stuff. We don't got to beat up the COVID topics anymore. Mm-hmm. But it was just like my parents they were going to go out of town. And then, like, I was working shit out with, like, my baby mom to have my kid, and, like, you know, when we was gonna. Times, but it ended up kind of coming together and shit worked out, and the holidays were smooth. Yeah, you know? It just kind of reminded everybody, like, because for a while during the pandemic, at first I was with my family, like, staying together and shit a lot more. You know, the holidays, like, I think kind of reminded everybody of that time and, like, yo, like, slow down in life. Remember, like, you know, this is what matters: family, fellowship, being thankful for what we got. And, you know, we're really blessed, like. For my kid to even just have, like, all them gifts and everybody be happy and eating all this nice food, going to everybody's house. Like, that was nice for me to get back into that groove of things. That giving
mode, too.
The giving mode, yeah, but just, like, being back around, like, family and family friends. And, you know, it's like, it's been, like, a 2-year full break. Even now, some of, like, the Christmas parties that we used to go to.
It's like, not the same
entirely. They're hitting up, like, yo, like, if everybody's vaccinated, we can all get back together. And, like, some people are, some people
aren't, and it's just like
it's a little weird.
It's a topic. It's like the elephant in the room, because it's like people want to ask, but then, I mean, if it's your family, somebody gonna ask regardless. Yeah. But yeah, my family, we just kicked it back at the crib. Some of my cousins came over, so it was cool, and yeah, for the most part, it was like you said, it was good. I mean, I just remember being in Christmas when it was just like, dang, either there was like no gifts, not like that, but it was just like, okay, now I'm in a position where I can give gifts to people and see that kind of gratitude back. So it's like a different perspective now in Christmas and different things like that. But Christmas, birthdays, all that. So it was definitely dope. Yeah, and then New Year's too. I mean, New Year's wasn't crazy. I didn't do too much. I mean, for me now, I know, like, used to be like New Year's was like the big hurrah, you got to go do this and do that. But like, nowadays, it's just kind of like I just want to be bringing in with people I care about, and then just really actually be what we're talking about. Like, people set these New Year's resolutions, and it's like, that's cool if that's what you want to say and you want to put it out there. But, like, how many New Year's resolutions have you really made? I'm asking you, how many have you really made that you could even remember that was like, yeah, I set this resolution, and by the next year, you were really doing the resolution?
I can't remember ever setting, like, New Year's specifically resolutions. I obviously made, like, goals that I want to hit and did it, but I don't know. I feel like that's a setup for failure. Like, it's almost like a superficial, like, goal, or, like, if you're waiting until New Year's to set that goal, like, is it really, like, on your mind? Is it prevalent? You know what I mean?
Is there really, like, any,
is
like,
it a burning desire?
Yeah,
like,
you know what I'm saying?
Don't set your goals that you don't know that you're going to be able to achieve. And if you're setting easy goals so you can achieve them, it's like.
So how do you set goals when you do it? How do you usually do it? Is it something you write down?
The goal comes as my desire for something comes. So, like, my desires right now is, like, I want to purchase a home.
Right.
I want to buy this vehicle. Mm-hmm. I want to open this business.
Right.
So as soon as that burning desire is in my mind, the goals start to flood in. Mm-hmm. Okay, where's the first step? Usually financial. So it's like, all right, I got to make this much. Mm-hmm. Now, you know, then my brain, I start breaking down what's the ways I can make this much.
Right.
And then it's like my goals start to just come as the plan comes.
Right.
So if it's not, and then the way I work, like, I might have an idea one day. So everybody knows, like, I'll be like, bro, I'm about to do this. Mm-hmm. Have these crazy ideas.
I mean, everybody is.
If it makes it to the next day, I'm going to do it. Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes I just be either drunk or just like real excited about something, and it just, you know, doesn't materialize. Yeah. But if it makes it to that next day and it's seriously in my mind, it's happening. I'm going to make sure it happens.
So do you write anything down, or you just kind of thinking on it?
I use the notes stuff on my phone a lot, and I make a lot of lists.
Yeah.
So I'll usually have like one topic, and then I'll have lists, like either to-do list or a note, and I'll just write. And it feels good to check those things off.
Right.
Even if it's small shit like, boom, register this form, boom, pick up this from this place. I'd like to have those things as goals throughout my day. So my small goals build towards that main topic.
Yeah. That self-efficacy of you just doing it, it builds self-confidence. It's like, even for me, it's just like, I used to not make my bed in the morning, but then I realized like making your bed can set your whole mindset up for the day. Because even when you come back to that bed and it's all messy, you damn near either going to just lay back in the bed, or it's kind of like, dang, all right, like now I got to clean. Exactly, right? But if it's made up and nice, you're like, damn, I don't want to get in the bed right now. It feels like I'm about to go to sleep. But it's like, okay, now I can do let me get some other things done before I lay up in the bed. Like different things like that definitely build the self-confidence. I like to write it down. I like whiteboards. Big whiteboards have been my thing. Just like writing those things down. Journals help me. And then like you said, notes for sure, and looking back at it, like I remember when I was in college, I used to take notes and stuff like that. And then, but for me, I was smart enough to like take notes where I didn't have to like
summarize.
My notes were like good enough for me that even if I look back on them, I know exactly what it's going on, or I can really actually remember what I'm doing, like as I'm taking the notes. Not everything, but for the majority of the concepts of stuff. But like for me, learning that like doubling back on those notes instead of just like writing it down, because people write goals down and just write it once and think it's like it's gonna be etched into your mind. It's like, no, you got to look at it multiple times, speak it out, think on it, take action towards it. And I think that's what's really helped me towards any of my goals. Like even when I was a walk-on getting a scholarship, I woke up to an alarm that said you have to work to get a scholarship. You know, certain different things like that, just like as constant reminders.
Like
hey,
self-affirmation too.
Yeah, like literally, like if you're gonna do it, you got to do it. Otherwise, you don't got no one else to blame for these goals you haven't hit, but yourself. You want to blame somebody else because it's easy to blame somebody else, but it's hard to look at yourself and be like, hey, you didn't hit those goals because you were lazy. And you didn't want to wake up and do some stuff.
And I'm trying to get myself away from bashing myself, though, like blame. Like, I try to hold myself responsible, but I feel like
more responsible than blaming. Yeah, I would say
you can almost end up in like a downward spiral where it's like, you're lazy. You're a fucking piece of shit. The only reason you're not a millionaire is because you're not working.
Yeah, it's easy to do. Yeah. It's
a
balance.
You're in the mirror like, yo, you're not shit.
You're not. Yeah.
And then it's like, or does that actually help you? No. I mean, if you want to build yourself up, you got to be like, look, I didn't achieve what I was looking to achieve. You know,
but I'm working towards it still.
What can we change with ourselves?
Exactly. It never can just be like, yo, you're bad, you're blah, blah, blah. Because
I do get in that place sometimes where I'm like, things aren't going the way I want them to go. And it's like, it's your fucking fault.
Yeah,
like, I'm literally looking in the mirror at myself.
At the end of the day, you do have to take, because like even when I listen to a lot of these millionaires and billionaires, they talk about like juggling all these different things. It's like, yeah, you have to be able to say, realistically, whether it feels bad or whether it's bashing yourself or not, I had a part in some of those things. Now, there's some things I couldn't control and some things I could control. And those things that I did and could control, what kind of effort was I putting into some of those things? You know what I'm saying? So it never can be a bashing for sure. I understand what you're saying, how you can go kind of down that rabbit hole. And if you don't have enough control, you can put you in a dark place, especially if you're so close to something. And like, let's say me with the NFL, I was so close, got on the Vikings thing, and I didn't get there, but I was so close. It's like, then when it doesn't happen, there is that moment of like, fuck, like it was all me, blah, blah, blah. But like, there's gotta be a point where you say, fuck this, look yourself in the mirror and pick yourself up. Some people, it's a hard muscle to do, but once you exercise that muscle of like, yo, there's stuff to be grateful for, there's stuff to look around and be like, okay, I have done good things. That'll start picking you up. So I think gratitude and being able to be grateful for things around you to pick you up is something that helped me.
It's tough, though.
I started a gratitude journal, bro. Like I literally just started writing things.
Yeah, I'm one of the most gracious people. Like I wake up every day, like just thankful that I even woke up.
Right.
But I know if you're struggling with this shit right now, I know how hard it is. Like when you get in that negative mind state where you just beating yourself up and feel like the world's against you.
Right.
Feel like today was worse than yesterday and tomorrow's going to be worse than today.
Than the day before.
It's tough, bro. It is really tough. Like, and everybody's going to tell you, it's all about mindset. You just got to get yourself, you're tougher than this. Like, I know you got this. You're just thinking in your mind, like, dude, I don't got this, though.
Yeah, I don't.
I can just tell you, like.
But faith, belief.
It does get better.
It does, yes.
If you can hang in there, it does get better.
Get better.
I just can't tell people, like, it's easy. It's not easy at all.
That's what I said. It's a muscle. It's a very unused muscle that you gotta train.
Yeah, it's like working out.
You don't just wake up one day. You don't just wake up and just pull yourself out of this hole.
Boom!
It's like,
I'm so grateful.
Boom! I'm out of depression. No, it's not like that.
$17 in my checking account.
No. It's like It's definitely small steps to build towards bigger things. So it's like you said, it's not easy, but you have to make the effort to make the small step because otherwise you're just gonna continue to. Damn, woe is me. But we've all been there, but we just got to dig ourselves out, with different things, people we surround ourselves with. Some people use substances and other things, and I'm not knocking that. That's this reality of life. But also, you have to be able to have genuine and good people around you that know how to pick you up, that know how to make you laugh and do things like that to get you out of some of those energies and those vibes.
It reminds me of this reel I seen on Instagram. It's like a TikTok, and it's like, post one time in your life when you were at your lowest and no one knew it. Mm-hmm. You seen it?
Oh, yeah. And then it's like, I really started from the bottom, blah, blah, blah. And it goes through the thing. I know exactly.
Like, what would you say? Like, what was one time,
I was
in
really
recent years where it's like you're at your lowest and like you just, every day, just put it on your back and just, and nobody knew.
And I just had to, like, make it out of it. I would say.
You here now, somehow.
I would say when I first got out of college, and so I would say probably like 3.5 maybe years ago, 3 going on 4 now. First got out of college, thought I was going to the NFL. That didn't work. This is like before. I always had an entrepreneurial mindset, but it wasn't like, I didn't know what I was doing. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had a degree, but it was like, what am I doing?
No application.
No application to it. Really haven't done any internships towards it. So I'm like, the hell am I doing? And it was just like kind of me bouncing around and figuring out different things to do. And I was still out and about with my homies, but it was just kind of like, man, sometimes I was sleeping on couches. Sometimes I was, not because it was just like I didn't have a place to live, but it was just like,
I know it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes going back home wasn't really my mindset. Bro, it was like, you know what I'm saying? So it was just kind of like, even that was kind of like setting me back. So it was just kind of like going through that for like about a year. And then after like really just being like, okay, I made it through that, broke, using my friends as resources, not just using them, but like, them looking out for me.
Even emotionally, you use your friends as a resource.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean. Like,
so it's just like, after that, I was like, okay, let me I can stand on my own 2 feet. I know why I was doing some things. I know why some things are going left in my life. And it took me a year to really understand that, but it was like going through it every day. Like, I'm not telling people I'm broke, but you look, every time I'm making a transaction, you're picking up that phone, typing it into that freaking bank statement, looking up, do I need this for real? Yeah. It's even making dumb decisions like that. And then now, being able to, provide for myself, it's like, it's a little bit different.
Man. Like, fiscally, like, it's tough. Like, as a man, like, your identity is so wrapped up in, like, your financial status.
Yeah.
You don't really realize it till you've been, like, on and then broke and then not have it and then have it and then like until you've been up all the way and down all the way, like a lot, you're not gonna really fully understand the concept because like when you're in it, you don't really think about it. But like when that money's coming and business is going good, everything is wrapped up in that. Your fly, your new clothes, cars. Yeah, I got it.
Want a shot?
And then when you're down, it's like you just don't want to speak. You just like
conversations are real short.
You're probably not like romantically, like because you're not going on dates.
For sure.
You're just like either laid up with the same chick, and she's probably like on you, like you're fucking broke.
We don't even leave the house. Like
you're fucking broke.
What are we eating tonight? I got ramen, baby. Another night of ramen, but we gonna make it through. But whole time you got in the back of your head, you're like, I know I'm gonna get out of this. Like,
you're gonna get out of it, it's like you just don't have the full plan yet, and you're just. But it's one reason why I tell people, like, a lot of people have this concept of like, just get it and I'll figure out how to pay for it. Mm-hmm. It's a very dangerous mindset.
You have to know yourself and know your work ethic to do that because just get it and I'm gonna make it and you have no skills.
You know what I'm talking about though? Like all right, well, I can get this car in $16,000 or I can get the one that's $38 and I'll just the car note will be like a little extra $400
and then I'll just work another side job and it's like, no.
Stay away from that mindset.
It sounds good, but it's like, yo, you doing all that to do just to have a nice car to try to impress people that you don't even know for real.
I've done it though. I've done it a lot.
We've all done it with clothes, with watches, with jewelry.
You know what the worst is for me though? Because everybody that be around me know I like nice houses. The cribs, bro. That should be getting out of hand though, because it goes from like, for me, like when I start looking at houses, usually like I've gone through this process maybe 5 times, maybe or so.
For a house,
in my
like
adult life.
What are we talking about? Like
we're talking about apartments, rental units, or like a townhouse, whatever.
Okay.
Like I've just lived in pretty luxury homes though.
Right.
So I start out, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna live in this city. I'm gonna look at moderate, like newer spots, but like I'm gonna keep it within my budget. I'm gonna think like my budget's around like let's say 1,800.
For the down payment.
A month. No, 1,800 per month.
Per month if you're renting.
Yeah.
Or mortgage.
Realistically, that means like 22, 23 with utilities and just random expenses.
If you're paying for parking outside.
But then it starts to slip up. It's like goes up by like 3,000. Now we're at 21, so really at like 22, 23. Then it's like, but the really nice spot is like 25.
Yeah, so you're saying like you'll
then it goes like, all right, well now I'm at the really nice building, and then it's like they show you another unit, and it's like 29. Now somehow we're at 35.
35, right?
And it's like,
but I think too, though, to your point, like some people, when I listen to a lot of different entrepreneurs, like there's a guy who was telling a story, I think his name was Justin Owens, who said his mentor was like, go to that 5-star hotel.
Yeah, the hotel, not the house.
I know, but I'm saying, but the mindset of like, okay, when you're in some nice stuff and you can, or not even but like you got that belief that you can, sometimes that pushes you to that next level. It's like your ashy knuckles back against the wall. You know what I'm saying?
It's that, and it's like if you're in nice environments, you're gonna be around other people who are successful, who are driven also.
Success leaves clues, always.
But I think you just gotta be moderate about it. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause my whole point is just like, lately, that's one thing I've noticed about myself. Like, as I've been super up, like in the past 3 months of my life, I've probably been like the richest and the brokest like 8 times.
Up and down.
Yeah, like go like up, and I'm like, sheesh, I'm up. Then be like down, and then be like, whoa.
Like I gotta get back.
Then like upper than I was before, up.
So
and then like down worse than I was before. Like that's why I'm really knowing when these stories and shit come out about people that like really made like hundreds of millions and really like negative. They owe 100 million.
Because it's like when you get that abundance and your lifestyle matches that abundance, and then abundance is not there, but you still want this lifestyle because you're so used to it, it's like, fuck, what do I do? So you got to find ways to get it back, but it's like, that's exactly how people, and with them, sometimes it's like, what black person do you know that's really up with some millions that don't have at least probably a couple homies with them too? Whether they're doing something or not, but they're still funneling some bread or some opportunities to them. So it's like, it's never just you when you get up like that. It's always the lifestyle.
But when you're down, it's just you.
It's just you. It's just you.
It's just you, bro.
It's just you. And people will be looking at you like, what's wrong with you? Yeah. That's what's wrong.
Niggas spent 100,000.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why you got to be mindful and know you, because this entrepreneur lifestyle and just life in general, that up and down roller coaster you do go through, if you don't have no kind of system or no kind of accountability in place, that down will hit you crazy.
But it'll also teach you shit that you can't learn while you're up.
That's what you have to have a perspective too. When you get down, it can't always just be like, fuck, I'm down. It's like, okay, what can I learn from being down? Like, what took me to this point? And how can I change to not ever be at this point again?
You know what's crazy about me is one great thing that's good for me, at least, is when I be up, that's when I start abusing like alcohol and drugs and shit. When I'm down, that's when I get sober. Because I'm like, yo, I got to get focused. But some people are the opposite. Yeah. So when they go down, that's when they start abusing substances.
Because things are going wrong and they need places. Yeah, right.
And then mentally they go escape. I go escape when I'm up because I have this guilt from being up, bro.
Yeah, like it's like a survival's guilt.
I feel like, damn, like, do I really deserve this shit? And I feel like I have to spend the money like as quick as possible. So like I feel like it's almost not real. Right. Like I'm like, if it just sits here, it might disappear.
It might just be gone, right? Yeah, it's survivor's guilt.
Like I gotta spend it, and I keep testing myself. Like, yo, this is still spending.
It's like I feel bad because I made it, and maybe somebody else did make it. So it's like, well, do I really need this bread like that? I don't. But then you take a step back and you're like, damn, why the hell did I just do that? Yeah. But it's good that you got that growth to know that, like, okay, I know why. Like, that takes a step because it's like some people do it and have no idea why. They just burnt all that bread. They just did it.
Still trying to go half on the bottle.
Still going half on the bottle. It's like, yo, bro, you just burnt through all your bread and you're still going? The fact that you got at least some kind of like, okay.
Yeah, it's because I've done it so many times, which is also fucked up because then you start to convince yourself, like, well, I've done it so many times. I can just get right back up. Right. It's a bad cycle to be in, though. I want to be up to the point where I can't go back down, bro. That's why these 100 millionaires take their money and they put it in shit like businesses, bro, and
stuff
stocks.
Like businesses, stocks, crypto now with this new day and age. It's like you got to, bro, because it's like you're not going to sit in money in cash. It's not doing nothing with inflation. If inflation is more than interest and the cash is not giving me no interest in the bank, why am I doing it?
There's going to be a day where cash is worth
nothing, right? So having cash on hand is not doing anything. Having cash in a bank is not doing anything. No. So you got to put it into things.
Isn't the interest rate on cash in like major banks like negative right now?
It's like 0.00.
I thought it was negative point something.
No. On like on loans and stuff like that it was, but like like right, bro, you're gonna get freaking 10 cents in 20 years on your cash in the bank. It's like why not just put it in, say, a stock like a S&P or say different things like that, real estate, a business, something that can bring you and multiply your money, because otherwise we're going to keep going through the up and down roller coaster, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you can't work
stressed out
20 hours a day and get enough sleep, eat, and try to go back to it. You're going to burn yourself out. So it's like you got to find different vehicles to put your money in. Like
especially because for me, it's like 26. Same. I can't do the same shit to make money. In 10 years, I'm not going to be able to keep doing this.
So I won't have the same energy.
I can't
unless we take care of our bodies.
Yeah, but I'm not going to want to be at clubs and parties.
Yeah, the want to do some of those things is going to definitely.
It's already gone.
Exactly, right.
Almost gone.
Almost gone. But I mean, even things like this, we're doing things like this.
Tuesday?
Today's Tuesday.
Yeah, I kind of want to go to the strip club.
Listen to him.
I don't even deserve to be at the strip club right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cam is trying to go to the strip club, and he might be by himself on that one, but we'll see.
My New Year's actually was, I was home by like 2:30, bro. Right after the club, right after I was done with work. Went home.
Yeah. Pass out.
You know why, though? Because earlier in the week, I had worked another spot, and I blacked out for the first time in a while, and I was like, nah, this ain't for me. Because I took some time out drinking, came back, drank. First night, instantly blackout. Yeah. So I came back off that. I'm like, I can't do this, especially not New Year's.
Yeah.
Then I was trying to get on a flight the next day.
That didn't work.
That did. I'm trying to get on the flight. I tell Mike to come with me. He's like, all right, bet, let's get on the flight. We end up, flight gets delayed. We're sitting at the
flights
airport.
Are crazy right now.
I'm supposed to be
3-4 hour delays, day delays.
It was bad. I was supposed to be in LA at 8 p.m. I'm in the airport in Minneapolis at 11 p.m.
Yeah, see?
And I'm still not even.
It's like a 6 hour delay.
And they still talking about it's still going to be some more time. So we was like, fuck it. And we just went to a party. We're just chilling and turning up and shit. But
yeah, the last flight I caught was Jamaica. That wasn't that bad. But like, I think since then, since the end of December, this early January, the way the flights and airports have been working around right now, they're understaffed. Things kind of been looking ugly. I've been seeing a bunch of snaps and
I'm
stories.
not trying to go anywhere right now.
Really, though. That's why I'm like, I know my birthday's coming up. I don't know what I'm going to do for it, but I know for sure I'm locked in these next couple months in terms of, like, really getting it in. Because, I mean, like, what else is there to do? Like, you know?
All I know is I'm not going to L.A. no more. Because, like, bro, I feel like I was playing with fire. Like, niggas keep telling us, like, this is how you come to L.A. and don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, they keep saying, like, don't be out here just moving around
loose,
shit.
Right.
I'm glad. I don't want to fuck around with that shit no more. I was thinking about moving to L.A.
Really?
Yeah, I was pretty serious to consider moving back to L.A. or Arizona. I still am. But
Arizona is definitely nice. I definitely want to have some kind of property in Arizona in the long run, just for sure. Just at least to have something, maybe the Airbnb or to have a place if I do ever go out there, not to deal with all the rental and doing all that stuff. So definitely Arizona, Texas. Those are a couple of places I know I definitely would consider. Like,
would you start here though? Like, with
definitely
your
start
real estate
here.
portfolio?
I would definitely start my real estate portfolio here, so I have enough money and a portfolio that if I wanted to take some of that like say I wanted to refinance my portfolio, I could take some of that bread and start in a different state and still have funnel income. So I'm not like hurting to make that decision, but I still have income coming in. But yeah, definitely those kind of places. Some real estate, I know real estate in LA is crazy. My brother was just out in San Diego, so it's not LA, but he said he was looking at studios with his girlfriend. 2,300 for a studio, 400, 500 square feet. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, I was looking at apartments in Arizona with my homie. He was talking about moving to a 1-bedroom. And he was like telling me the prices. And I was like, hell no. So I get on and start looking. Mm-hmm. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, 1,800, 1,900 for a 600 square foot apartment. 600. And this ain't even in prime time real estate. Not downtown. Not near no water.
Nothing.
This is like in.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, yeah. So real estate, you definitely got to know where you're going if you're talking about real estate, and whether it just be you getting a house, your first house, or whatever the case is, or you just trying to move to somewhere and rent. Definitely know where you're going and know the lay of the land, because you can get bitten quick.
Yeah, I thought that this phase of my life around this age was going to be my like overseas exploration time.
Oh, like traveling and stuff?
Yeah, I was going to get into that heavy. I got my passport. I'm like, all right, as soon as COVID over, now the way that this shit's just dragged on, it's like, at this point, I don't see that being real viable. Like, I guess you could still do some tourist shit, but it's not like this isn't how you want to do it.
Yeah, even when I went to Jamaica, I mean, it was cool to be on a reservation, and that was dope. But it was like, even if we wanted to go experience the real Jamaican, like, authentic stuff, I mean, it was still curfew at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it was like you couldn't even really experience that all the way, too. So it's like even some of those traveling are still restrictions. So, yeah, it's definitely different. It definitely forces you to lock in and sit down. You know?
Shout out to Dre, though.
Dre. Oh, Dre's a real London boy. Shout out to my boy Dre, man.
He really went to London.
He said he
with a girl off the internet.
Met a girl off TikTok.
What did they meet on TikTok?
TikTok, brother.
All right, so meet on TikTok, talk for like a year.
Talk for a year. And
FaceTime,
all that. TikTok videos and all that. And then went out and said, screw it. Went out to London. Has been there for like.
Been there for like 4 months
now. Yeah.
Salute, bro.
Salute to Dre,
seriously.
Man.
Like, that's seeing it through.
That's seeing it through, my boy.
Like, he literally said, my lease is ending. I'm going out there. I said, so what if this? What if that? He's like, honestly, I'm not even.
He doesn't even think about it.
None of that.
That's one person that will just dive off the porch and do something. I'll tell you that. Andre Seamers, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Better than me, man. I need some.
This is for me, like, of all the women that I've had in and out of my life, like, there's been very few that I could tolerate being around for more than like a week or two. Like in the same household.
A week?
There's been two.
Oh, in the same household, that's different.
There's been two,
and
even
the same
then,
household is different. It's different, okay.
You know what I'm saying, right? So like
outside the household, I was like, a week, Cam. But inside
even
the household,
even
but I'm
maybe
saying
out.
inside the household, you see him every day, so you can't get away from them.
I'm talking about daily. So outside, there's probably only 2 or 3 that I've been around for longer than a week. Like even outside my house.
Yeah, it's probably been one.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's very few people you can tolerate like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, to move to a whole other country.
On a whim like that, yeah, it's definitely.
Imagine that, y'all. You move to a whole other country.
Somebody you met off the internet.
You've never been to the country before.
And you've never been to that
You might not even like the country. Fuck the person. And you just said,
yeah,
fuck
the country alone. But I mean, it's London, so it's different. You know what I'm saying?
It's not different, bro. You never been there either.
I've never been there, but I mean, there's parts, you know, that you can definitely get. It'd be different if he was going to a rural country, like.
And like I saw him, I'm like, all right, you're gonna go over there, and then you're gonna like, he's the type of person you're gonna network. So you're gonna politic,
sure network. He's gonna politic, meet the right people.
I seen him seeing it through, staying over there.
Yeah.
But I'm like, wow, you stayed in this relationship with this girl.
He's 4 months.
Held it down, bro.
Yeah, man. We'll see.
Salute.
We'll see in the next.
Salute.
We'll circle back in about another year or so and see what's really going on. But that's
summertime. Summertime.
That's life.
That's the real test.
We wish you the best, though, Dre. Shout out to your girl in London, man. We trying to get TikTok famous like her. But anyways,
do you like TikTok, bro?
I like TikTok because it's good on marketing. Like, I mean, the first time I heard about
TikTok.
Do you
like it, though, as a consumer?
Like, as a consumer, I don't scroll on TikTok.
You don't like it?
Boom, boom, boom. Because I know how much I can get warped into it. Like, I know if I'm going to use TikTok, it's going to be
IG, too, though.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing. But now I've been using IG more as, like, a real tool compared to, like, what I used to probably use it, like, in college. So, like...
No, you're still using it as a tool.
Yeah, I'm still using it as a lot of tool, but in a tool in a different way. But TikTok, I say this year, I would definitely need to put more content on TikTok just in case from a business and just from building that following. Because it's like, there's people I know that have gotten big off TikTok And next thing you know, all their social media and all their businesses are blown up just because they have such a big following on TikTok, and some of it just trickles down. You know what I'm saying? From YouTube subscribers to blah, blah, blah. Because if you have the TikTok and you give the ask, like, yeah, make sure you follow me and like me, you're going to get
What do you think is the best one right now? To be like, all right, this is my main platform. Like, you are from
I think
YouTube,
from usage.
from Facebook.
I think the usage case is different. I think, like, for people like...
I think if you're Instagram famous, it's a joke.
For TikTok?
No, I'm saying, like, in general, of all of them, if you're, like... I'm famous on Instagram. Mm-hmm. That's a joke. You're a joke. You're not really like a celebrity. You're not really a real influencer.
Yeah, like, I mean, you're getting money in certain ways, but it's just like...
TikTok is like, all right, you might got something, but for right now.
I think because TikTok is so big that right now, TikTok has got the biggest wave because I'm seeing so many people really come up, get real sponsorships, become real marketing heads to different things off that. So I'd say how fast that's kind of gone from like hearing about TikTok from Gary Vee, the next thing you know, it's blowing up. It's kind of like this NFT thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you hear about it, now it's blowing up. So I think TikTok's probably the biggest. Instagram had its wave, I would say, for like 3-4 years.
But I think YouTube has been steady throughout.
YouTube has probably been the steadiest when it comes to like...
If you're well known on YouTube, that's probably the most solid business like core that you could have.
But it takes so much views to get money from there compared to other things, I feel like.
Yeah, but people will come. I think people will more seriously consider you as a representative or like
of a brand and stuff with a YouTube
brand
following.
rep or like, yeah, do a partnership with you if you have a YouTube following than anything else.
It's more universal. Yeah, it's more universal. It's definitely been around the longest.
It's right there on your TV now.
Right.
Like Instagram shit's on your phone, go on the laptop.
But now
this shit's getting forced into your home.
In your home, right. And now, I mean, even with TV streaming and stuff like that, I mean, I'm watching YouTube and Netflix and
I watch YouTube more than anything.
More than anything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely agree with that to that standpoint. It's been the consistent one. But I haven't even... YouTube and TikTok, I would say, are two things that, when it comes to a social media standpoint, is something that I want to focus on this year, just in terms of growing that following.
Whole other, kind of related, but a whole other thought I just had from earlier is, where do you think is the best place in our generation as a single person to meet a potential, like, person you want to be in a relationship with?
In a relationship with?
Like, full-on relationship. Not to, like, just fuck around and shit, but, like where ideally would be the best place to meet somebody? Is it on the internet?
Nowadays, the way people communicate, you could say the internet, but I wouldn't say that's ideal for me. Ideal would be like out and about, like on a random like day, but
like where though? Like
I don't know, bro. So
Whole
I feel like
Foods?
Sometimes you catch some of those like real wholesome girls just like when
Where?
you're doing random like errands on the day.
Give me an example, like somebody that you
Like,
met
say,
somebody
like-
where that you took seriously.
I took seriously. That was just random like that.
Target.
No, I mean one time I was.
I feel like if you're like on that type of time, girls think you're weird now. If you're in public, they're like, I don't want no one to talk to me in public.
I feel like girls
really
are
kind of like
definitely-
that you look at them, but they don't really want you to approach.
them. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they want the man that admires them, but when you do too much admiring, it's like you're creepy. Or if you're forthright about you admiring them, it's like...
You definitely can't tell them on the internet that you've seen them in person unless you talk to them in person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I seen you at... that's weird.
That's weird.
Don't do that.
That's weird. Don't do that.
Don't ever do
see
that.
me and not say nothing.
I'd
rather have
do
you
that.
say something to me and then me not know who you are and boom, boom, boom. And then even if you follow it up, you're like, oh, okay, now I can put a name to a face. But if you just see me, walk around, then you hit me like, I just saw you in Target.
I'll tell you some player shit. Just from my perspective, if a girl did this to me, this is how I'd probably want to be approached. No weird, like, fandom shit. If you already know me or whatever, damn near say like, "Hey Cam, you look nice today." Boom, keep it moving.
Keep it pushing.
Because you don't really want to force somebody into a position where they gotta talk to you.
So leave it open.
Like no questions.
Leave it open it for them to interpret how you.
In passing, I recognize you. I know you. I see you.
Like, hey Cam, nice shoes.
Now you know we're on that time. It could develop into something later, but don't force me into a corner
That I have to be like.
where I gotta be. Oh, I'm in a relationship.
good.
I'm on my way somewhere.
So
I'm on
you wouldn't
FaceTime
like-
right now.
You wouldn't like a girl to say something like that and say like, "How you doing?"
No questions.
No questions.
Let the other person take it there if they want you to. I
With
think
the
that's
response.
the most player way to do
You're
it.
saying with the response. So
Yeah,
say
it's up to
something
them.
to you, and then you say, How are you doing? That's
like it's up to you to stop me as I walk away.
As I keep walking. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because then you can't say I was creepy. You can't say I was annoying. You can't say it was weird. I just.
But how many girls are really making the chase for that out the gate?
Only ugly ones.
Yo.
Unless they're drunk.
Yo. But to my point, I'm saying, like, how many are really actually doing it? I haven't had too many times. Honestly, I haven't had too many times where a girl just approached me on some just like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've had people have.
Parties?
Parties, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, going to a store, some girl just, like, approaches you and just, like, starts a conversation just based off the energy or the look that you gave them or something like that. Like, has that happened to you? Parties, for sure. I mean, if somebody likes...
Parties is like...
You can
as
be
much as I'm a hopeless romantic, so I try to sell myself the idea that, oh, bro, I like her. Why are you laughing?
The hopeless romantic was what made me visualize.
You know what I'm saying? But in my mind, deep down, I know, like, I would never take a girl seriously that I meet at a party.
So you won't take a girl seriously at a party or a bar or a club. Is that what you're saying?
Bar if we're eating.
Okay. Club?
Or if she works there.
Club?
No.
Okay.
Clubs are for sex, bro. That's what I look at it. It's like club is like a sexual, like, it's like an introduction to a sexual environment, like to get the vibes flowing.
It's a medium place for people who are looking for something of that nature. Yeah. I wouldn't say strictly sex, because some things don't come into sex. It just happens to be a relationship.
But you're not getting in a relationship with somebody you meet at the club before you have sex. Before you have sex.
This
is a good topic, because I swear a lot of women would probably try to say otherwise.
So you're saying that
from conversations I've had, they would say, "No, I'm not going to the club."
That
for
they
sex.
haven't put a relation. Oh, you're saying to put to that point, you're saying that. So a girl could say that they have met a guy at the club and they've gotten into a relationship, but that relationship hasn't happened. Hasn't happened until they had sex.
I guess we'd have to ask them, but I don't know for sure. But I know that from
your perspective,
from the perspective of somebody who works in the behind the scenes of clubs, knowing what goes into the environment of what people are putting into the club, the lights, the music,
the liquor, the drugs, the hookah,
the balloons, the fucking sparkles, the fucking confetti. It's all to be sexy, to get you feeling.
Yeah, it's good. All ego boost. Puck your chest out. I feel
which
good.
Is, if you boil it down, like
it's like mating. It's like a male animal's mating. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I guess I never really looked at it in that perspective to say like it's for sex, just like directly, but it's like it's definitely an intermediate bridge to that.
It's for sex.
I would say that. I wouldn't say it's for. You got your
all right. Even from the perspective of a DJ playing the music,
okay.
It's for sex.
Yeah, you can control the room with what you play. Yeah,
it's for sex. Like all the like hood ass like banging ass like
the vibrations,
trap anthems and shit. That's to make guys feel good about themselves, to feel gangster, to feel tough, to feel egotistic. All the dance records, the ass shaking shit, that's to make women feel good about themselves, about their bodies, and about like the way that other people perceive them.
Yeah, make a move, do these certain dances with these certain songs.
Then there's like relationship like type love music. That's to get people feeling about each other. Then there's like, it's all, bro, it's psychology.
So you're saying as a DJ, you can definitely paint the picture of the night. And
because
lead it to
if
whatever
you're really
you
like
want
the
it to
real
be.
Fire DJs that we know, they also not only are fucking psychologically fucking with people through the music, they're on the mic too,
right?
Narrating the whole night. Right. Oh, shawty,
yeah,
in the corner,
grabbing people. You come here, this, that, and
I see y'all too. Y'all looking real nice together.
I would definitely say that.
Happy birthday to this girl, so and so. Hey, they need some girls over in this section.
Yeah.
Hey, bottles popping over here. It's for sex, bro.
Yeah, I definitely say even too when I was in Jamaica and I was listening to the DJs go like. They were so easily just moving the crowd, doing this, doing that. Like
Jamaica's a perfect example.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
their whole entire party atmosphere is sexual.
But it's different though. Like even to your point, like even when I was looking at them, there was like a waitress and a random bartender, right? They played a song. DJ's like, yeah, we're playing this song. I'm gonna teach you guys to dance. So the DJ starts playing the song, hopping on the mic, going crazy. Then they start going crazy. Like she's twerking, doing all these different dances.
She's at work.
While she's at work. They're both working. And we're all kind of like just watching. And literally after they got done, no like handshake, no high fives.
That's
like
what I'm saying.
Just walked away from each other.
It's not about the relationship, it's about the sex.
But at the same time, it wasn't really about the sex. It's not like they went into anything else after that.
But twerking on, like, a girl twerking on me is like kind of like almost like sex, bro.
Yeah.
It's like us when we pay for a lap dance at a strip club.
It's sexual.
No, if you pay for a lap dance at a strip club,
but
that's
it's
like
not sex.
It's sexual imitation. It's them doing similar body movements.
Yeah.
Similar parts of y'all body touching.
But what I'm saying, like, when you say it's about sex, that means there's going to be intercourse happening.
It's just provoking sex.
That's a better way to say it.
But
it's a better way to say it.
Yeah, it's provoking sex. But then there's
the bridge,
also,
like I was saying, the bridge.
Yeah, because it's like we hear stories about
stories,
parties and shit. You know what I'm saying?
We've
heard some crazy stories about some parties.
Definitely heard some stories about some things.
Fuck, man.
Yeah,
I was playing this party. It was some upper echelon folks.
Okay.
I don't like to name drop people. I don't like to put like people's business out there.
There's really no need to.
No, and I like to like try to make sure that I protect people's brands because people have their
practice your storytelling without saying the name.
Their corporate shit going on, and I was playing this event. It's like some wealthy folks, a lot of girls there, and then we hear later on that a girl that we know was fucking with this dude in the bathroom.
Oh wow, I know exactly what story you're talking about now.
Yeah, then she said that the dude took her from the party into her crib and fucking broke her bed, bro.
Broke her bed fame. That's a crazy story. Mind you, and I didn't even know that, now that to go a little bit farther in that story, I was in the bathroom at this event, walking out, and like, as I'm walking out, I kind of see the security guard, like, posted. I'm like, dang, like, what do we do? Because me and my homie were just using the bathroom. I'm like, why is the security guard looking? I tapped him like, yo, is dude good? Like, am I good? And he's like, yeah, we're good. What you mean? And then as we're walking out, we see those two walk in, the dude and the female walk into the bathroom. And then the security guard closes the door and just posts up like he's like Debo in the door. So that's actually hilarious that you brought up that story.
It's like more power to you.
More power to you.
What you were there for, that's what I'm saying. These type of events are coordinated for sex. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Because when you're celebrating,
I would say the sole purpose is sex, but
it's like when you're celebrating life,
there's
right?
There's subtitles to
you're
it.
Celebrating life.
It's a birthday, but some things lead to other things. Yeah.
Yeah, like everybody on their birthday, what do they
They're
want?
trying to get something. Gifts. Some people want gifts. Some people want love.
When it boils down to it, a lot of entertainment is built on sex, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's like
sex sells at the end of the day. Because I mean, if we had, just hypothetically speaking, if we had a bunch of just butt naked girls behind us, we'd probably get a lot more view or a lot more clout off of that because of sex sells. But
the OnlyFans podcast, that's hard. You know who's doing that? Adam22. They got a podcast. It's him and his girl. It's called Plug Talk. Go check it out. Not that I've watched it. Actually,
I have no idea what he's talking about.
But basically, they have porn stars on there.
Okay.
And then they fuck them.
Those.
Him and his girl. They fuck the girls.
Okay.
So like interview them and shit, and then they fuck them.
And puts it on OnlyFans. So what happens when they change up this OnlyFans thing? Because I'm hearing that eventually it's not going to go the whole sexual route.
I don't know. They tried to do it. Remember, they already tried.
They already tried. It already went.
No, they failed? They tried, and then everybody was like up in arms, like, no, what the fuck?
Because a lot of people have gotten multiple six figures of just doing sexual things.
What?
Off OnlyFans, getting real bread.
They make me seriously consider that shit. I ain't gonna lie.
I would definitely say that's a thing to your point, saying that sex sells. OnlyFans purely has made a lot of people, not just off like sex, but like the image of sex or the sex appeal or playing off that stuff that people used to post on Instagram for free. You can go on OnlyFans and now make 5-6 bands easily off just some people that want to see you. You know what I'm saying? So you're definitely right.
It makes me think about people like, what is your bill? Like, if these people are spending like that.
Yeah, people are spending thousands to look at a photo.
Yeah, but they're like paying for a subscription of you. And if your shit's like $20, that's more than fucking Hulu. Imagine you paying every month $20, $30 just to have access to this girl's account. That's crazy. That's insane, bro.
Yeah, I don't picture myself doing that.
Subscribe to another human being, sexuality.
Yeah, I don't really.
You're paying. It's.
I would say like it's different. Like okay, if it was like the Nelk Boys, where it's like you're seeing like lifestyle, and, like a bunch of homies doing some stuff. That's different. But if it's Patreon. Just one person, just pictures and videos of, and I'm paying to do that, I don't see myself doing it. Yeah, that's kind of creepy to me. Me personally, if you do it, that's fine. Me personally, I don't see myself doing that. Yes, and it's real life, bro. I like to live real life. I like to meet people in real life. I'd rather just meet. There's some people you probably will never ever meet, but I'm sure there's enough people in the world that you can meet that little whatever fantasy you're trying to go to pay into those the OnlyFans or whatever. You can meet some people in real life that'll
At the bar,
wherever you meet people. I don't know. Like back to your other question, I don't know. Single nowadays, I would say like lounges more.
like where?
But like here, I would say like okay, like in Arizona, you go to like a hookah bar, or like New York, you can go to hookah.
We're not in here.
Oh, I'm just saying in general. Like I've gone to other places, but in Minnesota, outside of clubs
if you're
and
looking
bars,
for a relationship,
but it's like you have to. Even if you go to a restaurant, it's like you can't. There's not many restaurants where you could just go in and just meet people like that.
It's weird.
I would say like maybe Hewing.
I was gonna say that to be funny.
Hewing, but that's like, it's just it's Hewing. It's good views, good vibes, but it's just like it depends on what type of person you're trying to meet. If you're trying to meet,
I'm just now discovering these like upstairs bars and these.
That's
hotels,
what I'm saying.
man.
I'm trying to go through Minnesota and find these other little
That's it though.
cuts.
That and then
it's random cuts
the
that you know.
The Lowe's too.
The Lowe's. I haven't been to the Lowe's bar.
The
I've
Lowe's,
seen it, but I haven't.
The W, the Hewing.
And the Hewing. I mean, there's some more things I need to venture into, but like, there's not a lot of hookah bars and different things like that you can go to in Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's something I would say our generation of culture probably needs in Minnesota is
more
different.
BBs? More BBs.
more BB type. You know.
Hey, shout out to Mark too. He
to
needs
Mark
to come on
Will.
our podcast, man.
Yeah, man, you ducking the podcast. We getting you, man.
Mark, you got to
and
come on
shout
the
out to
podcast.
BB for finally opening up those glass doors.
yeah.
You know, they're back
When
open.
is that? It's open now?
It's open now. I think it's.
No, I
back
think they
open.
said next week.
Next week. Well, either way, whenever this airs or whenever we put it out, the glass doors will be open back at Breakfast Bar. So shout out to Mark Will. You know,
meet
that's
a nice
our dog.
lady at Breakfast Bar. You can meet a nice young lady.
Yeah, you could meet a nice lady at Breakfast Bar. That's probably one. I wouldn't say crazy, but it's definitely a place where you can go and get some food and definitely meet someone. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say it's the most ideal person, but you're gonna meet somebody at Breakfast Bar. Definitely met people at Breakfast Bar.
Have you?
Not like relationship, not relationship.
Not relationship vibes. What does it take for a girl to give you relationship vibes?
Relationship vibes. For me, I would need.
I'll tell you mine.
Just like the like the genuine like take care of you kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Not like I need you to take care of me, but like the willingness to take care of me without, I wouldn't say without question, but like you're asking questions to figure out like what do you need, how do you like things, you know what I'm saying? That kind of gives me to the point where it's not over aggressive. If it's over aggressive, it kind of gets creepy, but that kind of energy is something that gives me, hey, I'll give you more effort to like take you out on a second date, see you outside of Breakfast Bar or something like that, So I would say that for me.
It's more like almost how you treat yourself than you treat me.
Yeah.
Like the way you hold yourself to a certain standard. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's like if I start seeing like the cleaning or like the organization, like the
that's
planning,
just something you already do. Like
that's relationship vibes.
Yeah.
Because that's like what you bring to the table.
Yeah, that's not like I don't have to tell you to do that. It's
Like,
just like
imagine
something you already have taken care of for yourself.
Like something funny that we say like to girls when we talk to them, we'll be like, what do you bring to the table? Just kind of joking around lightheartedly. Imagine if a girl came back off the rip 3 seconds after that question, she said organization.
Like I organize everything perfectly in my life. Like, oh,
You had to respect that, right?
Well, I'd be like, damn, you're better than me.
And you had a great answer. Like that's a great answer. Like what better do most people need in their life? But
like I have my shit together. Like I
no,
don't
like,
need you.
Yeah, like I don't need no one.
Yeah.
I don't need shit.
The thing is, to bounce off that, when I'm listening to a lot of people talk, it's like that independence of a woman. Yeah, I definitely love that. But at the same time, too, I feel like there's so much.
It can be off-putting though.
Yeah, it's like it's so much. I need to be independent, blah blah blah, which is I'm for all women being independent, but like I feel like sometimes at the same time it's like they're almost like putting the male figure down in some sense, and I think that's maybe so that's some insecurities on me, but I know at the same time I've had females that are like, yeah, I'm so independent, I don't need blah blah blah, and I feel that, but at the same time you still have to open up to somebody to feel that companionship with something. It's like if you're so, I don't need you, I don't need nothing, I don't need that. It's like, okay.
Well, then why are we discussing?
Then why are we discussing relationships, or why are we having this
at all.
deep conversations and stuff like that? Because if you don't need me, then who are you going to talk to about this deep stuff with?
Isn't that the worst though? When you just have these deep conversations with somebody just to realize like Not that it was all fraudulent, but it was just like
it wasn't what you
the
expected.
connection wasn't what you. And I'm sure people have felt like that about me too.
100% about me.
I don't like automatically cap, but there's times where you might catch me on a good day and we had the conversation that I would have never had with you on another time, you know?
But then that next time I see you, it's like I'm not in that same energy, same mode. So it's like I might be short and now I'm a dickhead because I'm not in that same energy that we had that deep conversation with. I feel that. I've definitely had that same thought about females.
I have too. It hurts.
Like, damn, like I thought I was really fucking with you. Not even on some like, I'm trying to fuck you, but like I really thought you was actually kind of cool enough to be like, let's talk some more. Let's see what else you're about. But yeah, sometimes that energy that next day, sometimes them
Texts
substances,
get short.
them texts get short, all types of stuff. So you don't get that same vibe. And I think consistency too, like that's another, like consistent effort. Like if there's naturally like we feel like there's something going on between us, and I'm the only one making effort, and it's not like any somewhat mutual, it's cut off.
That's only gonna last half a day.
Yeah, it's cut off because it's like, okay, you talked all this hype, but now that we're in different energies, maybe you're with your friends, I'm with my homies. If you really like somebody, when you're with your other friends, you're probably gonna be checking up on that person or kind of inquiring. You know what I'm saying? But if that's not the same vibe, it's like so many people are so like, I don't want to get to it. Sometimes it's not about getting attached. Sometimes it's like you might see like, hey, what's up?
But like, what is that a defense mechanism for like women?
For sure.
Like, why do you not want to get attached so bad? Is it because you think I'm this bad of a person that you wouldn't want to be attached to me? Because if so, why am I even in your presence?
Nah,
or is it that you're scared of a relationship because of your past?
Yeah.
Which shouldn't have nothing to do with me. So why are you projecting those feelings onto me?
Right. But it's hard not to, because it's always a memory of it. But it's like you have to be able to let it go if you've met somebody that is showing you otherwise. People put too much stuff on the past when the person in front of them haven't even shown them the things that they met in the past. You know what I'm saying? They already lead to the conclusion of, boom, this person is this person and that. But if I've never shown you those characteristics or those traits, why are you putting those things on me? You know what I'm saying?
Because you're a guy.
Because you're a guy. Because you're this. Because you're similar to the person that they did. But it's like, yo, I'm not that person. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Even back to like the venue type conversation. Like a girl will damn near put traits or characteristics onto us based on where she met us. But the whole time, bitch, you was there too.
You was there too. You can't use that against me because I didn't use it against you. So now where are we at? But it's like
so where we at
now? Why are you being weird to me?
So where we at now?
Where we at now? So that's what I said. It's like it's a perspective thing. It's like before you point that finger, be realistic with yourself to say, okay, I'm saying something to that person, but have I checked those other three things that's pointing back at me? Like, have I looked myself in the mirror to be confident enough to say something like that? And a lot of people aren't, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you got to understand self before you start pointing other people out. Like, that's a damn fact, especially in a relationship, because that's always going to weigh that person down. If you're always negative, always pointing them out, but you're not really accepting some of the flaws and different things that you got going on, yeah, that relationship's going to be end real short. But bro, yeah, man.
This Drake shit is a real topic, bro. It's actually trending on Twitter.
What's this?
They said he put hot sauce in a condom, and a girl's trying to sue him. And
like on some being funny type stuff?
No, I don't think this is a real story. It can't be.
Yeah, it can be.
No,
too much money to be doing BS like that.
Instagram model ready to sue after Drake allegedly put hot sauce in condom.
With all those type of things, I just honestly say, we'll see what happens in a year. If that stuff's real, it'll come to light.
Hold on, here's the story.
Oh, God.
Allegedly, Drake and the IG model met up on Instagram. The two decided to link up a few weeks ago. The model and Drake had a romantic encounter, and what happened next was crazy. After the party, they went back to his hotel.
Okay. Sounds like a typical night.
They smoked weed for a bit, and he asked if she wanted to have sex.
Yeah, okay.
She said he was very intent on ensuring things were consensual. They started off with a bit of foreplay. He rubbed and sucked her titties for a bit.
Yeah, whoa. Just read it, rest in your head, and get to the good parts.
He then went to the bathroom and came out with a condom on. She said, oh, no. He mostly hit from the back.
Like this? What
Look,
is this?
I just swear
on?
I just pressed the trending shit on Twitter and this is popped up. This looks very illegitimate.
Yeah.
She fished the condom out of the trash, untied it, and put the open end into her vagina. Why would she tell this?
Something's getting real shaky,
Boy, was she in for a surprise. She said it felt like pouring hot lava in her pussy. She screamed, and Drake ran into the bathroom. He admitted that he poured a packet of hot sauce in the condom to kill the sperm.
Yeah. So she tried to put it back in and there was hot sauce in it because Drake's smart.
This sounds realistic now.
That sounds more realistic. So he nutted, boom, put the condom away just so the model wouldn't come and take his
Which
cum.
she did.
He tainted the condom so you can't do anything. And she still tried to do it thinking he's dumb. So that's on her. You trying to get my man's caught up. And he did some smart stuff. And now you're trying to sue him?
I'm about to quote this. I got to ask, like, does hot sauce kill?
I don't know. I don't know where Drake got that from. But we gotta, hey, man. We know what you was trying to do, Drake.
Yo.
We understand it. And she still tried to do it.
But then they're bringing up all his old lyrics and shit.
Gotta flush it. Gotta flush it, though.
I got the sauce now. Shawty's keep claiming Prego.
Oh, wow.
Yo, this is a crazy. This is how you know this is a slow news week, though.
Yeah, like that's the top news. Yeah, but Gunna dropped the album.
They said no. Before you get on that,
No, I'm done with the story.
Yo,
I'm absolutely.
They said he got the Plan C tucked away.
The hot sauce. There's way too many people on the internet.
What's the name of Gunna's album, though? It's good. It's good.
It's good. I don't know. It's Drip Season 4.
Yeah, DS4.
DS4.
Pushin P.
Pushin P. You seen that video of him describing P?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was funny.
That was funny.
I was like, bro, chill.
Did you get the gist of it?
I got the gist of it.
I got the gist of it too.
No, you talking about when it's him and Thug, right?
Him and Thug. Yep.
It's like, just bro, shut up though. Like,
yeah, he kind of went crazy. Like, if you was player, you got it out the gate.
You already understood.
You understood.
But whatever.
But there's some squares that need that kind of explanation. Like, yo, this is what P is.
But no, like if you're a square, it's not for you.
Yeah, if you need to understand what P is, you're probably a square.
And this wine is good.
Yeah, what's a Cabernet?
No, this is a Pinot.
Pinot. Usually Pinots are kind of dry, but
Trader Joe's.
Wow. Shout out to Trader Joe's, man. We're looking for the sponsorship.
You could meet a nice lady at Trader Joe's.
You probably could meet a nice lady at Trader Joe's, man. And Trader Joe's, if you're handing out sponsorships, we're right here drinking that Pinot.
Think,
nah, honestly.
You think my girl would be mad if I talk about how she ran into my ex at Trader Joe's?
Yeah, let's take that for another week.
All right.
That'll be on the Patreon. That story will be on the Patreon for anybody who wants to subscribe to our Patreon and hear that story. There you go. We got it for you.
I just always got to stir up some shit for no reason.
Hey, man.
I like the song on there. It's at the end. It's called So Far Ahead, Empire.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
I like that shit.
That was the two-sided songs. It's like 2 minutes of something else, 2 minutes of something else. Yep.
Private Island. I like that 25K jacket with Lil Baby.
Mm-hmm. I honestly, I like this Gunna album more than I like Roddy's album, for sure.
Yeah. I gotta live with it. It's only been 3 days, 2-3 days. I gotta live with it some more.
First sound as a listener and someone who's avid about music, I would say our first list. There's different listens, to an album or a body of music. You can't just say out the gate, this album is trash, this is that, because naturally there's songs that are gonna grow on you. But then there's some first listen songs, the star songs, the people, the featured songs that people are going to make an opinion off an album of right away. I would say off the first listen, just kind of listening through, giving the little people's opinion of the album, I would say there was probably more songs I ran back right away on Gunna's than I did Roddy's. Roddy has good, I would say about 5 to 6 songs on that album.
I like Roddy Ricch. His music, always I have to hear it in certain places, like, to catch the vibe that I think he was trying to portray.
That too, because they're both pretty new albums, so I haven't heard some of those songs in like a big club or a big car with some nice speakers and different things like that. But
which is also why I got so much respect for YoungBoy, because every time I hear his music, it's like I don't gotta be nowhere specific.
YoungBoy's on a rampage,
like,
man.
When he hits, he hits.
He hits.
Like there's some records, like he got this record called Sincerely that I've been listening to, like hella heavy. Like I feel like he probably makes so much music and so different. He connects with different people in different ways, but his fans be riding so heavy.
Would you say YoungBoy is like not I would say on the caliber of rapping, but I would say
Tupac. I'd say Tupac.
How much fandom there is towards YoungBoy? I would say I was gonna compare him to like how we were with Lil Wayne.
I don't know if I'd say Wayne, because Wayne had mainstream hits.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that like I feel like when
the obsession of
like the
lifestyle,
yeah,
like
the
him,
lifestyle
his
in
personality
him,
and
like
shit.
that was one rapper I know I was truly like
Yeah.
not infatuated, but like really like into like, okay, what's Wayne's next tape? What's Wayne wearing? You know what I'm saying? What's going on in Wayne's life? You know what I'm saying? That was, and I guess you could say Drake too as he came up, but even then I wouldn't say it wasn't like that big of his obsession out the gate when I was young of like how, I guess I was in a different stage than how I feel about Drake now.
The reason I would say it's different for me is just because it's hard to compare the two, just because of how successful YoungBoy's been based on social media. So like it's
definitely
like
a different age.
He has this whole wave, and I won't take anything away from him. He has this whole wave of like his people that are obsessed with his music and they love his personality and like everything about him. But then he has another wave of like trolls that like help to push his career by just like literally, I don't even know if they even real fans.
They just like
be on people's comments like YoungBoy's better.
Right.
YB's the GOAT.
Yeah.
They'd be like, ratio, YB did it better. You know,
right. You see how many
you see them in the comments, like they'd be going hard for this nigga, just trolling people, just to fuck with him. And it's like I think the social media he did catch a wave of social media shit that has nothing to do with the music. It has to do with like.
You think that was schemed or that was just?
I think it was just accidental.
Just natural.
Yeah,
just like
it was gonna be somebody.
Yeah.
That they just decided, like, you know what I mean, like.
Because even before the whole 6ix9ine snitch stuff, it was low key 6ix9ine too.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but this is like people like.
But that's a whole different story. Yeah.
6ix9ine did have a lot of.
But he had some weird fans like that too.
This is why I think like if somebody was a good enough hacker, like smart enough, like real like nerd with these like social media accounts and
just
shit,
get a bunch of bots.
You could fake a whole wave.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And like force yourself on as an artist.
Yeah, like if you're a coder and you're able to understand how to make bunches of bots to get like. Give you that comments, those likes, the reposts. That's a lot of bandwidth though that you're gonna have to do. Another
reason why I think I'm surprised, which I don't even.
But get me wrong, there's people doing that right now though.
Oh, there is, but they're pushing it. But I don't think there's anybody who's really just broke the code and just forced their way on. Which is,
like
but I'm
just
also
off straight scamming, pretty much.
No, yeah, I don't think I've seen it yet. But we would maybe if they're good enough, we wouldn't know. But this is
because you would have to be able to tap into like the money, the monetary like. I feel like there's like
shit,
there's like a checkpoint that like okay we know that these are all fake
accounts,
you know, or fake streams because if that's the case I feel like everybody's shit would be running up, you know,
a lot of
independent.
people's shit is fake, bro.
Yeah, independent. But I'm saying like the independent wave of people just running it up would be way more.
I'm surprised that no one. This is like $1 million idea, millions of dollars idea. Why has no artist signed directly to a platform? Like YouTube or Instagram.
They were saying Drake was gonna do it with Apple Music.
Like I'm signed. Like this, my deal is through Apple.
Like I'm only putting it out on Apple.
Like of course they do exclusive deals. They've done it. Like Chance did a deal with Apple. I'm saying why has no artist signed? Like fuck a label. I don't need a label. I just need YouTube.
Heard. Yeah.
Like I'm a YouTube artist. And then YouTube, all they got to do is change the algorithms, make your shit show up on the top on the side of people's videos,
and you're already gonna get your streams out the gate. That's definitely a
no money invested. They could make you a star overnight on YouTube by forcing you into other people's fucking suggested shit. Because how many times
commercials, all types of stuff.
Commercials too. How many times do you get on YouTube to watch one thing or click a link and then end up down a wormhole?
Yeah, right.
All shit on the side. You could force somebody to become a huge entire celebrity because you just force their videos next to other people's.
And low-key, they're already doing it just with the YouTube videos, but they're just not signing artists. I think it's just more money within it. There's got to be more money for them to do it, for them to not have done it already. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't be surprised if I seen somebody pop up with one of these big platforms, whether it's Facebook,
sign to Apple, sign to Spotify, Instagram. Sign to Instagram. Instagram not as much. I feel like the play stuff don't work the same way that all the other stuff.
The plays doesn't work as far as streams, but I'm saying if I run Instagram, I could force you to become an overnight celebrity, because I could even force people's accounts to just follow you, and they don't even know they followed you.
I feel like the music industry execs and big heads are so tight and together that they wouldn't like fold to that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Amazon could do some stuff like that easily, right?
Amazon could do it too.
It's what I'm saying. But they got streaming and video and all that.
But they're doing it with TV shows and shit. They just haven't done it with a music artist.
With the music artist, yeah. That's.
You know who I want to see become a successful music artist? AB.
AB.
I'm from the pit at the palace.
Kumbaya. We're just having a kumbaya, ladies and gents.
I really want to see him become a rapper.
My man's posted. Shout out to Antoine Winfield Jr. He posted. He posted his picture on Instagram. It had nothing to do with AB, but the caption just said "Kumbaya."
That was a classic episode. I really didn't realize, like, to the extent that he's like obsessed with himself.
Yeah, that's him talking in third person the entire time for an hour and a half.
It was like it was cringeworthy, like how he's like bad. It's bad, bro. It's bad. Like, imagine being in his life and he just keeps talking. Like
but do you think I don't think he talks like that.
Like, you think he turned that on for the camera?
I think that he knew who he was talking to in terms of like the Nelk Boys. Not saying that they're like bad people or anything. I think he knew that he could like talk over them or like say what he wanted, because he's not going to go on Charlemagne and Charlemagne would grill him. And he's not going to be talking like that on what you call it. He might be. Who knows? So but I feel like the questions that Charlemagne would have came at him.
So you're saying the Full Send podcast was like a layup?
I mean, it was. I think
because they were just so fanned out.
The fans they got, the people around them, you can tell it wasn't like they're super prepared for the question. I mean, there was baseline questions you're going to have for him, but like it's not low.
He was directing the conversation.
Yeah, he was directing the conversation more than they were. But like if he went on a different podcast, like a Charlemagne or like some other prominent, like I would say person that not even prominent, because Nelk Boys are super prominent within their culture or their niche. But like I would say within like the black culture, he wouldn't have been able to direct the conversation as much as he did on that platform.
It was bad. I feel like but if you've never dealt with somebody who's that self-centered, you might have almost believed him. Like a lot of the shit he was saying, he was almost like, you know how people are just so like egocentric, and like they do have some facts to back up some of the shit they say.
Like, a lot of the stuff you could say that he was saying, it's just like, yeah, you could pull up the receipts and it's true.
But if you know people like that and you know like a little bit about how like people's egos and their minds work, you could tell, you could sniff it out quick. Like, bro, this is not okay. Like, you need to see a therapist, bro. Like,
yeah. It definitely just surprised me how much he was like, yeah, let's get back to me.
Bro, the nigga said, yeah, they just call me when they want to win the Super Bowl.
But at the same time, it's facts, because Tom Brady went to go grab him. But not to, I see what you're saying. Like, to the extent of how he made it all about himself and him winning the Super Bowl. No, they definitely gave you an opportunity to win a Super Bowl. So it's like, yes, the words he used definitely didn't align with like probably the factuality of some of those things. But man, to each his own. He's got his bread. He's.
But it's also funny because like we were talking in the group chat, like the stunt that he pulled, the shit that he did is like same shit I be doing. It's like, bitch, fuck this money, fuck all this shit.
Yeah,
take your shirt off.
Definitely seen
just walk
Cam
out.
DJ be ready, done for the night. Take the shirt off and leave.
But
at the same time too,
I'm not
though,
throwing out hundreds of millions. I guess the monetary value is, it's subjective. But like, bro, that's a big deal.
It's
like,
a big bag
on your whole career.
Yeah, it's a big bag he left out there. So
he's acting like tomorrow people's just gonna be knocking at his door to sign him up for another team with $100 million deal.
That's what I'm saying. It's not gonna happen. The only thing that I'm never wishing nobody's pockets to be less. I'm just saying the only thing I see within this next year, if he does get an opportunity, I would definitely like to see what he would do with it. I'm just saying I know those NFL execs and what they're talking about and how they're in each other's golf clubs, you know what I'm saying, them little country clubs talking to each other, whispering, group chats, all types of stuff. So I know there's kind of like, there's some like, yeah, we're not letting him back in the league type stuff. So
he's blackballed.
It's definitely gonna be an interesting thing to see in this next year, bro.
It was an embarrassment.
Somebody needs a guy like AP, and that's what's crazy. He's still a good
but he's
top
also
receiver.
Not 23 anymore.
He's not, but he's still he's still productive.
He's productive, but bro, he really basically flicked off the whole entire league. Like,
it's like even in business.
We're talking about the people that blackballed. Dude, what's his name?
Colin Kaepernick?
Yeah,
that's what it's like you had a bad seed though. Like right now he's painted as the bad seed in the organization. You know what I'm saying? A winning organization as of the past couple of years.
Then you go on the podcast and basically say fuck Tom Brady.
Yeah, that's the only thing that kind of I was not expecting him to be so. But the way he seemed, it seems like his homies still, I don't know.
It's like, yo, I fuck with you, bro, but like, you don't even fuck with me.
Like I hear it was the reality of the situation. It's like, But at the same time, Tom Brady's still out here tweeting and trying to reach out and be and I don't know if that's for the media or not. So there's two sides of every coin.
Tom Brady has kept a squeaky clean image his entire career, bro.
He's been the face of the NFL for the last 15 years, bro. More than that, because he won his 4th Super Bowl. I was just watching The Man in the Arena, actually, now that we say it. I was watching The Man in the Arena. That's a dope show by Tom Brady. He won his first Super Bowl in 2003. It's 2022. He's been the face of the NFL for 20 years, bro. And he's kept a squeaky clean image. But also, I think it's a testament, too. It's when you're in that kind of limelight, you got to get, a main girl to hold you down, bro. He got Giselle out the gate. And from there, it's what else you really need?
Yeah, but I'm from the pit, not the palace.
I'm at the pit, not the palace, AB. Oh, man.
Bitch, I be styling. Bitch, I be wild.
Then he dropped a song right after. Walks off the field,
song kind of hard.
Drops a song right
Song kind of hard, bro. Hanging out with rappers in New York.
Hanging out with rappers in New York.
Going to the game.
Kanye. All types of stuff,
Niggas
man.
wild, bro.
But yeah, man. Anything you want to leave?
No, 2022. We're
people
gonna
with thoughts. What you're working towards through 2022.
First 2 weeks of the year has been slow, bro. I'm just looking for things to pick up a little bit. I'm looking for. It's oftentimes I wait for people to reach out to me, so I think I'm gonna just be a little more proactive about getting things moving on my own and getting some of those conversations started. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, taking control.
As opposed to kind of just being adverse to all right, well, I can kind of be standoffish in terms of business sometimes. Send me an offer whenever you get serious,
right? As
opposed to just trying to work with people.
Tangibly being yo, how do we get this thing done? You know what I'm saying?
How do we even manifest the thing to be a thing?
Right.
Some of these business ideas and stuff, we're gonna have to get creative here with COVID. We're gonna have to get creative here with the way that just the entire generation is just changing in terms of the old methods and old business tactics and strategies are not working anymore. Whether, my focus somehow continually remains to be these clubs. I don't know why I can't get off the subject of it, but it's I just keep thinking back to clubs, and parties and concerts. So obviously that just has to be some sort of passion of mine. So it's I'm going to have to buckle down and really build something for myself as opposed to trying to have somebody bring me into something that's already successful. I just got to build something up from the ground.
Okay.
So that's my goal going into the next 2-3 months. Obviously it's cold out here right now. So it's I don't see no club night or no parties being able to be really built in January, February. But I think building some plans towards that in the next couple months, I think that's where my focus needs to lie. Because people are looking for a leader. They're looking for some sort of leadership in the next 2 to 3 years as far as this club industry goes.
Yeah, entertainment scene.
Especially in the Midwest. We don't know what the fuck's going on. We got a bunch of dope-ass spots still.
Right.
They got all the equipment there. They got the infrastructure, the staff to do it. They just don't have the promotion. They don't have the marketing. They don't even have the creative direction to even have these good nights, have the right entertainment, have the right people in the building, have the right money being spent.
Consistently, though.
Yeah, and exists in pretty much every other city. I don't know. I can't speak to any of the other small cities around us, Milwaukee, Cincinnati. I'm sure that once you can build a strategy that can work here, they can work in those other markets too. But I know Miami, Vegas, they're still cooking. But they've had
structure for a while.
Yeah, those are
it's real business
tourist
structured.
Cities.
Yeah,
these are not tourist cities that I'm talking about. So we got to build with people that are living here. We're not worried about somebody who's coming in and spending $20,000 for the weekend.
Unless we're bringing a big event to the city, right?
Right. Even then, your bread and butter is not going to be tourism in Minneapolis ever.
Yeah, it's going to be the actual corporations in here.
It's going to be the corporations, local businesses, as far as getting their alignment. Us making money together, whether it's brands being sold in these establishments, liquor being sold, you know what I'm saying, people being hired to be in entertainment. But I'm looking for the consumer. I think my potential market is people that are gonna go out and mid-level spend. They're not balling, and they're not going out penny pinching. We got to go for that.
They're going out to have a good night, and they're not really too concerned about
what they spend,
but they're not trying to go
crazy.
Thousands and thousands and thousands.
No, we're not looking for people to come to a Vegas club and spend $8K. We're looking for somebody to come out every single week and spend $800.
Yeah, 500 here, 200 here, 300 here, 400 here.
But right now, there's nowhere that exists for people like that in the city. So that's why I see that as being an open market. I just don't really know how to approach it, to be honest with you. I don't really know how to approach it as me being a DJ. I mean, I've been a promoter in the past. I've thrown events and shit. But, like, reaching out to venues that are already established to try to build those nights, I've never personally done that. I've always been focused on the marketing aspect and the DJing. So to go basically to becoming the entrepreneur in the club, it's a tough transition for me. But I see like that.
That's the next step.
Otherwise, if I don't build the shit out here for myself, my DJ career gonna die. Because it's either, right now I'm looking at options. It's either I burn myself out playing dead ass clubs where it's like, oh, I can go to this fucking spot and I can see this nigga playing for 3 people tomorrow night. That's embarrassing.
Right.
Or try to hold out and say, I'm not gonna play no venues unless I get $2,500.
Yeah, right.
Then you're gonna burn out because you're not gonna play nowhere. Or
because how many people really have that budget?
Yeah. Or I go and do my own events,
private events, different things of that nature. Yeah.
And then we're facing different obstacles, different doors we're gonna have to knock down. But if we can knock them down, then now the money's in my pocket.
Yeah. Solve the bigger problems you solve, the more bread you can get, man. That's for sure.
What about you?
I think with me, I think it's just a structure thing and kind of putting those systems in place with some of my fitness and my clothing and just kind of locking in with some of those things so I can start scaling and bringing jobs and opportunities to whether it be homies, interns, whatever the case may be, and finding ways where it's ways I can really truly be an entrepreneur in a sense where I don't have to do. I'm still willing to, clean the floors and mop up anything I need to have to do, but like still have those systems in place where it's like, okay, I can take this energy and put it in this thing, and this thing's starting to function and still bring me some income and stuff like that. So I think elaborating on that more, building out the rest of this equipment or team, I would say, for like manufacturing and helping other small businesses with like marketing and merchandise and stuff like that. And then getting into aspects of real estate this year too, multifamily real estate. So I would say those are kind of like structure systems for businesses I already have, getting into real estate, and then scaling. I would say those are like 3 things I'm really focused on this year.
Yeah, I think we should do a winter charity event too.
Yeah, and giving back too. That's definitely something we got to get back to more.
I can't really.
I would say let's at least do 2 events this year. If not, if things happen things are going better than what we can. If we can kind of go with the seasons, I would say do that. But I would say at least let's shoot for 2 this year. Like maybe winter,
having like one winter and one summer.
Winter, winter and like maybe a back to school event or something like that.
Yeah, winter's just tougher, obviously, because it has to be indoors. So we got to find somewhere that is willing to host the event, and then we got to figure out what cause we want to do, and then from there, I mean, we already
did one,
figured it out.
Right.
Basically, what it is just get some people to donate. Get people to donate, figure out, put food and a good vibe together, some DJs, and then push it.
Yeah.
Make some calls. And a lot of that is just like
reaching out to local businesses.
Feet on the ground shit. Like really pulling up on people, talking to people in their face like, I need your help.
And it's also those people that you are going to reach out to and give them the help is to, whether it be that's the first time you're reaching out to them to give the help, or you've already tangibly maybe did something for them that year, that it's nothing for them to give that helping hand back. You know what I'm saying? So definitely being able to give value to other businesses. So when we do run events that, people are willing to come and sponsor and do give back too. So I think building that community too with other businesses and other people around the city is definitely something we'll work on when it comes to these give backs and these organizations and stuff like that. Cause that's really how it comes down. Cause a lot of people with abundance, it's getting all those people that believe in something to give to that cause and actually use that to tangibly help people. So yeah, the year of giving, the year of organization, and the year of getting these financial pockets up. That's for damn sure. All right, another episode. Signing out.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for listening.
Subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, and our YouTube page.
Or wherever you get your podcasts. I heard a lot of people say that on podcasts, so I got to say that. And YouTube page Inside Boys, IG Inside Boys, and then Inside Boys on Apple Music and all those other podcast things as well. So
enjoy your week, y'all.
We'll be back. Peace.